Well, we had been in the pastorate, and we knew that it was important to get away. And the more we thought about it, we thought we should start our own retreat center and call it Tranquility. And so we had prayed much about this, and we were sharing our dream with our daughter, and she said, I think there is a place like this already. So she had gotten a CD from Steve and Annie Chapman, and there was an insert in there, and it talked about the Potter's House. And so we called there to get more information, and they said, you should really call Fairhaven Ministries, because that's where we go to take a break. So I called just excited about getting more information, and they said, right now we are needing a staff couple. Only God.
Well, as we were pursuing the idea of having our own retreat center, we thought maybe we should look into other things. So we found out about Coldstream Camp and the ministry of the Potter's House, where Steve and Annie Chapman had come different times. And as we connected with them, they said, well, we just have a very small ministry, but Fairhaven is where we go when we need to get away, and that provides a much better retreat center for us. We contacted Fairhaven, looked over the doctrinal statement, came down here over spring break, and fell in love with the place, and that's why we're glad to be here.
Well, I'm a hostess, and I love to answer the phone, and sometimes I feel like I'm throwing an anchor out to somebody who's drowning, and I love to give hope. And this is a precious, peaceful haven that people can come apart and be with their Lord. I'm also organizing the pastor's wife retreat. I was in that role, and I just have a heart for them. And so we've just had our 4th annual retreat.
I'm responsible for building and grounds maintenance. People want to come away and have a nice place to come to. That's what we want to provide for them. Not have them have any problems or any difficulties, but if they do, we want to be able to repair those, fix those right away, so that they can have as peaceful a retreat as possible.
Fairhaven is primarily here to provide a place for people to come apart and be with the Lord, seeking direction. They come here for healing. Some come for family reunions or staff retreats, vacations.
Primarily, Fairhaven was for pastors, and pastors have a unique role or relationship. They need to have a place where they can come to a safe place, remain anonymous, but nevertheless have that special retreat, a special time of getting away, getting alone with the Lord, and having a time to meet with Him. And if there's needed counseling, they know the Bible, but they need to have somebody that they can bounce things off of, and Fairhaven provides that for them.
Well, I absolutely love serving here. I could not think of a better job to work at. And I have seen people's lives being changed. I'm sitting kind of in the auditorium and looking at the stage and seeing God work. I have seen people come in very weary and drained, ready to give up the ministry, and in a short period of time, God changes their perspective and their lives, and they're ready to go out again.
I've been in the pastorate, I've taught in Christian high schools, in other secular jobs. The Lord has used the abilities throughout all these years to let me serve Him here at Fairhaven. He's brought all these things together, and I'm glad for the way that I can work with my hands and serve the Lord here.
Fairhaven is useful in helping people share the gospel, because sometimes they come here very weary and are ready to give up. And through a time here, the Lord refreshes them so they go out with new perspective.
The Lord's using Fairhaven to allow people to go out and serve Him. I think last year of how we had a family retreat here with 3 different generations of missionaries scattered all over the world. They came here for 1 week when they could be together, and they were going to be together for another 4 years. So Fairhaven allowed them to be here together one last time.
We are so thankful for our staff meetings. every Tuesday we pray for the guests, and our director leads in a devotional time, and it refreshes us as staff. And also, we are thankful for how many come just seeking the Lord and growing in Him even during the study of His Word.
We're glad for the way that we can have interaction with other Christian workers here, other staff members. Glad to be able to share burdens, prayer requests, joys that the Lord gives us. Such a good Christian environment to be here working. I'm very thankful for that.
The best thing people can do is pray. The enemy does not want Fairhaven to exist because God is refreshing His workers here. And so we are like on the front lines serving cups of cold water, and we need to be upheld by prayer. There are opportunities for people to come here and volunteer, especially during spring and fall cleaning. It's a week's time where we deep clean our units. And we also, as staff, are asked to raise 100% of our support. So we welcome any gifts that if you feel prompted by the Lord to give.
Fairhaven can't do it alone. We need to have the help of so many other people. We're very grateful for those who come alongside us, especially for a church up in Pennsylvania who sends down probably about 10% have come from that church to work here as volunteers during our annual fall or spring cleaning times. Churches get behind us, and we're very grateful for the way that they can help us out because we can't do it by ourselves.
I love serving here. It is a thrill for me to interact with our guests, to answer the phone, to serve them. I'm just so thankful for the privilege of being called here.
Why do I do what I do? Well, the Lord has given us a beautiful area here, physically, the surrounding mountains and valley. We're glad for all the buildings that we have here too, the cottages and chalets and lodges. We try to keep those up looking nice so that when people come to Fairhaven, they can enjoy the beauty of God's creation in a well cared for, kept up building, and just relax and benefit from all that God has for them.
Well, I really appreciate the closeness of us as staff. We have a family relationship. We edify one another and encourage each other, and it's great working with my coworkers.
I'm glad for the vision that Dr. Shepson, our founder, had. And to carry that vision out these 30-plus years, the Lord has been very good to help us to accomplish all that He wants us to do, and Dr. Shepson is fulfilling that dream. We're glad for the way that we can continue on serving God's servants.